is amazing. You're no stranger to being on reality shows. And so for this year, for 2023, with all the different projects that you have coming up with 2024 as well, what was it that you really wanted the audience to know about you this time around that they haven't seen in, say, previous either shows or different ventures that you've been a part of?
Well, this time they get to see me really on my business entrepreneurship shit.
Hmm.
They get to see me digging into my bag and really, trying to make things happen for me and my team and my family and my friends around me. Just really up, getting in there and owning my space and creating opportunities for us all.
Right. Now we do see on the show the albums coming together. We see the hotel, there are other ventures, the cannabis you're into as well. What would you say truly defines the Big Freedia brand?
What truly defines the Big Freedia brand is all the above. But um, for me, I think that just my love and my personality and my spirit, you know, represents for the Big Freedia brand and all that I stand for.
Right. Now, we did see earlier in the episodes that your eyes sometimes can be a little bit bigger than what other people would want you to be a part of. A lot of ventures and a lot of hands. So I was wondering, you do have partners that kind of help you to narrow it down. But I wanted to know, has there any been, not necessarily a conflict, but has there been any other business ventures that you had to just keep close to yourself until you can fully realize it?
There's some things that I keep close to myself that I haven't shared with other people or just yet. But once we see where the season one goes, we'll see what happens for season two, and if I can bring all of these next business ventures to life.
Right. Now it does touch upon also the Heartbreak Project album. So I wanted to know, that's coming out in 2024. I wanted to know, can you define more of the sound or what we can look forward to in the show, that creation of that album?
Lots of dance songs, lots of club bangers, lots of I am going into different spaces. You might hear some voguing, you might hear some dance, EDM, you might hear some pop. It's going to be a collective album of all different types of sounds and spaces that I'm going to go in. But we'll get to the 2023 album first, Central City, and that will definitely be some club bangers. It's about the roots of growing up here in New Orleans as well as to currently now. And so it will elevate and go into different places and spaces. But I think that everybody will love the new album and the album that will come in 2024.
Right. Now, I was wondering, for this season, was there anything that you wanted to not necessarily pull back from, but you wanted to separate from and keep to yourself as opposed to letting everything out on reality TV?
Not really. There was, nothing really that I held back on. Anything that was happening at that moment, we kind of ran with it.
Right. And also the inclusion of Devon for this season. How was that? Like, I know, because it's also like, this is business also mixed with personal and relationships as well. So can you talk about that dynamic and adding it to the show?
Well, it can be a little bit tough, sometimes. And that I pray that my partner just, stay on the same page with me when all of these things are happening. It's important for us to stay on the same page so that we don't lose sight of what the goal is and what the vision is for the overall show.
Do you find that being on a reality show adds an extra pressure with all eyes on you?
Kind of, sort of. Yeah, I'm very conscious of when I'm recording and what I do, what I say, how I look. I'm very conscious of all of those things when it's time for the cameras to roll.
So you are a person who is constantly on the move, doing a lot of things. I was wondering, how do you spend that downtime? When would it's like the mental healthness to rejuvenate, to just find peace again? What do you do for that?
I pray, I push, and I sleep.
Mm. I like that a lot. And also for this season, what is it that you want people to know about you that they haven't learned about before?
That I'm that girl that handles business. You know, I don't know if they knew it before, but now they all get the opportunity to really see how I handle business and how I break it down when I'm handling business.
Where does your work ethic come from?
My work ethic comes from my mom and my stepdad, just growing up, seeing them and how hard they work to take care of us and, you know, how they handle business. My mom did hair for 30 years. And so she was, you know, this business mogul that, you know, dealt with business. She was a counselor to many people. You know, you could say she was kind of a psychiatrist slash hairdresser. My dad also was a truck driver. So just being able to see him in a way that he navigate things and handle things and the balance of him on the road and home. So my parents were definitely the business that people that I looked up to growing up and other people around me at my church home and so forth.
Would you say there's a particular life lesson that they instilled in you that makes Big Frida who Big Frida is today?
A life lessons is, you know, remembering who I am and don't lose sight of, you know, being who you are. My mom used to always say, go out there and show them who you are. And just building confidence in me and love and, you know, not being fearful. You know, they instill all these things inside of me.
With this show coming up, do you view yourself as an inspiration to others? Is why you keep doing what you're doing, and also with this show, you keep producing more episodes?
Yeah, definitely. I want to inspire people to want to be business leaders and business owners and CEOs and business moguls. So that is the whole purpose of this show. I want to inspire young people or anybody in the business world to know that if Big Frida did it, I can do it as well.
All right. And then lastly, I want to know what has not just this show, but the fans given you back in return?
Nothing but love.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for speaking to me.
Thank you. I appreciate it.